I got big property line talk here.
I will.
This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 75 of The Real Word.
Word is up. I feel like you didn't have your coffee this morning. That seemed a little...
I actually haven't had coffee today.
I can tell. It was sort of like you were just
bad?
kind of just like, yeah, just
At
we're
least
here.
at least I read the articles.
That's
You
true.
know, we're 75 episodes in. How many? 75 times 3 articles. That's like 225, I think, if my math is correct. What do you think you've read?
I don't know.
A good 100?
Half maybe?
Yeah.
Well, but remember, our it's changed a lot.
Actually, it has changed quite a bit.
So at
if you were somebody that saw episode 1, I feel bad for you.
What?
It's gotten much better.
Well, it has, but I feel like sometimes you have to like go back to like the beginning because I feel like that's when we got all the followers, when we were like
That's when it was the realist?
and your microphone and my setup, and I had some really horrible hair days. I feel like maybe I've mastered at least that.
Yeah. Looks the same.
We're in a better spot for sure. Remember? Oh my gosh! Remember that one? Like it was Val's place where it was like
Couple different
hot
locations.
and like oh my
Yeah.
gosh! It was like I had like sweat.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have time today for memory lane,
No.
unfortunately, but it's kind of unique that you brought that up because Racket number 1 covers something that we might be doing okay in, I guess.
We didn't even know.
I didn't even know.
We
is
didn't
right.
even know. We
So-
were looking for topics today.
We'll link up both articles. There's one article that I clicked on this morning on Inman, and then inside of that article, it brought me over to the Inman Innovator Awards for 2019. And there's a couple different categories. There's technology, there's company, there's brokerage or team, there's MLS, there's marketing, and then there's a 6th category, podcasting. So I'm just flipping through here, right? And I'm just going, and I'm like, oh, podcasting, I wonder who's on there, right? And I'm just looking. And I see...
and we are actually in the category right above Tom Ferry.
yeah,
which
we
I
were
feel
ranked
like
above Tom Ferry, so maybe they're saying we're
means
better.
something.
But I'm like, oh, I never heard of these guys. Kevin and Fred's Next Level Podcast. Love to check it out. Kevin
I feel
and
like
Fred.
we're gonna have to check them all out because I feel like I now need to
And then
know
there we are. There we
because I
were.
need to step up my game. I feel like.
Yeah, so Tom Ferry's in there. Real estate sessions with Bill Reiser. Industry relations with Greg Robertson and Rob Han.
That could be Han for who knows.
Scratch that with Emily of the Austin Board of Realtors.
I think you're into the. Oh no,
No,
you
this
are.
is Massive
Okay.
Agent Podcast
Yeah.
is on there. I have heard of that one. Dustin
the voice
Brom.
of social sales. I mean,
Voice of Social Sales.
I had no idea. Who knew?
Tom Ferry's again is on there.
I do
Gradually
think
then
that our
suddenly,
name. I think our name is the best. If anything, maybe we should just get an award
pat on
for
the back.
for the name of our. I know that was really all me, but no, kidding, kind of.
that was Nicole.
You wanted it to
and
be
a bottle
called,
of Tito's.
You wanted it to be called Real Estate News. Remember?
I said we need to be the news. I don't know if I necessarily.
Yeah, I think you said
thought
the
that
news,
was the name.
and I was like, oh my
I
gosh,
start super generic, and then we break down from there.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I'll give Nicole full credit on that, even though I don't think she deserves it. But
I don't deserve credit for anything. Really,
is it a
It's
racket
okay.
that we're on this list?
I don't think it's a racket that we're on
No.
the list, but I think we agreed that it's a racket that we had no idea we were on the list.
That Inman is a huge racket.
I mean,
you don't send
come
a little email
don't
over.
you want us to push this? Like,
Like,
we'll push it. Do we need to get votes? We'll
you're
get
on the
people
list.
to vote. I mean, I'm actually really good at getting people to vote.
We don't even know how we win.
I don't know how you win. Do we get to come? Are you inviting us?
Yeah, invite us to.
We'll go.
We want a massive push right now in the comments. One,
Yes.
a push that you want the Real Word to win the Inman Innovator Award for podcasting. And number 2, just send in as many comments. Go to inman.com and say,
do
we want
this.
Byron and Nicole speaking at
Speaking.
Inman Las Vegas in July. We want them on multiple
Oh my God,
panels.
there
We
would
want
be
them with their own segment.
Massive knee sweat.
We want to go
if
to
we were up
Vegas.
there.
Knee sweat?
Oh my
How do
gosh.
how does a knee sweat?
I get nervous.
That is an all-time racket. Knee sweating. Nobody's knees sweat. Maybe behind the knees.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that's what I mean. It's
That's like the armpit of your knee.
right.
Okay.
It
But
sweats.
your knee, I think of the knee on top. Okay.
Oh no.
We want to go to
Thank you,
Inman,
Inman, though.
Vegas. You should be inviting us, Inman. But since you're
I feel
not,
like I want to like.
comment push.
We gotta beat Tom Ferry.
Actually, there was a comment on, I
amazing.
think, episode 69. I saw it today come in where somebody was commenting, you guys should be at Inman. I said, yeah, tell Brad.
Oh gosh.
So tell Brad, guys.
Wait, when is that though? When is that?
It's in July.
July what though?
What, the 25th or something? We were just talking about it.
Oh, okay. All right, good. Because I'm supposed to be going to Universal, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm taking
with white Orioles.
With the Orioles.
If anybody's ever seen a white Oriole, I thought they were like black and orange. Maybe that's just based off of Baltimore
I
colors.
don't know. I don't even know what Orioles are.
But
What are Orioles?
Nicole seems to think there's white Orioles out there. And a bird. The Oriole? The bird?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. So thank you, Inman,
Don't
for
text
that.
Nicole after happy hour.
So,
All right. Racket number 2. Breaking news last week. The Realtor.com CEO has exited the company. He was really the CEO of Move, which is News Corp subsidiary.
Since 2014.
Yep, since 2014.
Wait, use that word again?
Subsidiary.
Close, you're good.
Something like that. Something about that. Ness, keep down over there. Ness, by the way, she does all of our writing. So if you ever see a typo, it'll be Ness, not me, not Nicole, Vanessa. All right? Any typos? Find the typos out
You're
there.
actually giving me credit there. Thank you.
I'm giving you credit of not doing something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that credit? All right. So here's what was interesting to me. And Ryan O'Hara, again, he's been there since 2014, that they've had decent numbers. It looks like in triple number of unique users since our acquisition less than 5 years ago, which was 14, reaching an all-time record of more than 73 million in May. So that's positive. When when News Corp acquired Realtor.com, he's basically been there through the whole acquisition. He went on to thank Rupert Murdoch and all these guys, but it doesn't say what he's moving on to. It sounded like it was his decision, where Zillow, we know, when they replaced Spencer, as much as they wanted to spin it, that was them replacing Spencer with Rich Barton.
Well, but they kept Spencer in. They just moved him to a different role.
Yeah, they moved him to vacation mode and come to a board meeting once in a while.
Well, why not? I mean, you get paid for being on the board.
Yeah, you do get paid, I guess, for that. He's
You
got
do.
his earnings there. So Thompson said on the earnings call with investors, there were 209 million visits to Realtor.com just in April, which he said represented record traffic. So maybe Ryan's just getting out while it's good. You ever swap?
Maybe he got recruited somewhere else.
Play that little clip of George,
George?
Out, going out on top. Drops a comment, leaves. Maybe this is Ryan O'Hara. 5 years in, needs to go find a new mission, a new challenge. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's...
Here's what I think. I don't know anything about what he's doing next, so I don't know if it's a racket that he's leaving or not. What I do think that's interesting, the numbers are going up, and I think a lot of that has to maybe do with how good Op City's been, like getting traffic and leads and converting his leads. I don't know.
Right.
But to me, Realtor.com is a little bit antiquated in brand recognition.
Right.
If you start to look at the younger peeps, that's why Zillow really went out and bought up realestate.com, tried to push that platform towards new age millennials. I don't find a lot of people using Realtor.com.
No.
Do you?
No.
I don't maybe think anybody. That's super local and micro right now, but
yeah, I don't. I mean, I go on Realtor.
Obviously,
Mag,
people are. They're getting record, Realtor Mag. Yeah.
I don't know anybody that. No, but they're doing a big push. They're trying Realtor.com. They're trying, right?
Here's what we know. If they don't innovate some way other than just being a website portal, then they're definitely these numbers will definitely start going back in the other direction, and they'll start to lose traction, because at some point the Zillow model of just listings online, Realtor.com listings online, is going to lose its luster. There's going to have to be something else, more value, more information, better at valuations.
When was the last time you were on Realtor.com?
Within the last month, only because...
Were you looking for something?
I was looking for something specific, yeah. That was...
I feel like I sometimes only go on to Realtor.com because it's one of the only websites that actually lets you take the photo out of it. Like, I can save the photo into my photo feed.
I tell you what I did do.
I know it's super
I spent
silly, but
2 hours
that.
on Realtor.com.
Yeah?
about
on
2
your
months
phone
ago.
or on your computer?
On both.
Okay.
I was going back and forth. I was trying to get them to capture me as a lead,
and
I made
happen?
sure I was not signed in as a real estate agent.
Yep.
And it just didn't happen because I wanted to be
never followed you again?
Because I'm like,
no
Op City's working so well. We're seeing that they're converting these leads, and there was nothing. There was like they weren't hitting me with a text chat, nothing. And I was wanting them to hit me because maybe they knew I was an agent. They're like, we're just not hitting this dude.
They probably did. They must know somehow.
Because I wanted to see what Op City was doing to convert these leads.
Yeah,
I signed out. It was weird. Anyways,
interesting.
If anybody knows what Ryan is doing next, love to know what the former CEO there is doing. All right. Racket.
Good luck, though. I mean,
Racket number 3. Is a USA Today article. We link all these up in YouTube, by the way. All the articles we talked about today, they'll all be linked up. And USA Today is claiming that there are 3 reasons real estate is a lousy retirement investment. Do you know what those 3 reasons are?
It says location.
That's what it says. Location. I mean, to me, this is an absolute racket because you're using the word real estate, but they're not doing a good job clarifying that in the article. If you're talking about just an average, typical, standard, single-family residence in your community, I agree. Right. Lousy retirement strategy. If you're talking about real estate that can pay you every single month, multifamily, storage units, Airbnb, that becomes a practical way to actually have a living in retirement, right? Because if you're dependent on the stock market and the dividends, you're depending on where it goes to be able to have income every single month. But you know what the rents are in your marketplace. And if you have something that can produce average rents in your marketplace consistently, I'm having a hard time talking today.
You always do, but that's something new.
And you've done your homework and you know there's demand, right? You know the property's always been at 90%, 95%, 99% occupied. That to me is a great strategy for retirement. It's the most practical in America today.
I do think, and again, now we're sort of getting off the topic of the article, even though I never read the article. I do think, though, that your single family home that you do own, if you owned it and say it's almost paid off or a lot paid off, I mean, I think that you could probably like refi that right now, or at least get a home equity line in order to buy that rental piece. So
buy a rental piece, yeah, you could do that.
I do think that there is some value in your personal single family home. I just think that you need to start having your money work for you. If you're just sitting on it and like, yay, like I only have like 5 years left of mortgage payments and it's paid off, your money is not working for you. Your house is not working for you. All that hard-earned money that you've been spending to pay off that mortgage is not working for you. And if some people don't like to be landlords, and I get it too, but like if you could at least just like, money's cheap right now, especially if you do a home equity line. Yeah. I mean, it's even cheaper. Like pull the cash out and like put it towards something. Put it towards a few doors or an Airbnb or something. I think it's time for everyone to start making their money work for them, especially if they have so much equity in their current single family home.
Equity in your single family home means nothing. It doesn't even exist until you take it out and do something with it.
Right.
What I do agree with them is they're talking about when they're getting hung up on the location thing is you can't buy based on past performance with a single family home. You've got to be able to see a little bit around the corner and be like, that's going to be the area that's up and coming, right? That's going to hold my value. Or you just buy something that's so unique that's never going away. Like in our area of the shoreline of Connecticut, for example, if you buy south of Route 1, you know, there's no other land. It's Route 1, and then there's the Long Island Sound, the shoreline, and you get like a little strip of land going up and down Connecticut shoreline south of Route 1.
Right.
That's super rare, unique property because they're not making more land south of Route 1.
Right.
Right. If you were in Naples, Florida, which I'll be tomorrow, by the way.
I know. I feel like now's sort of the wrong time, though, no? Like, it's already on its upswing. You think, like...
Is what?
You think it's still the right time to buy in Naples?
No, I'm just saying west of 41 in Naples is unique property. It's never, you have the Gulf of Mexico and you have 41 and you have this strip of land between. That's why everything's over $1 million in that area is because it's so unique. That location is so good, you're not going to lose. You want to have that where they can't replicate more of it. They can't make more of this in this location, which means they only can renovate the properties that exist, and they typically go up unless they're like 1,700 homes or something like that. We talked about that a little bit last week.
Okay.
But I think this is a Racket USA Today state of whatever you're good at, which I'm not sure what it is.
Wow. Well,
not to rip you guys,
no,
but
they're not going to nominate us for anything. That's
the
for
USA
sure.
Today, we're out on the nominations. Let us know in the comments if we should be at Inman in Las Vegas, and if Brad should fly us out there, and if we should be
the winners.
The winners.
Gotta
of
be
the
the
podcast
winners.
Innovators. All right, guys.
Bring it on, Tom.
Keep
Bring
it real.
on.
Thank you.
Bye.